let's start with a potable water tank. So Ralph, what kind of permits do you guys need?
Sure. Yeah, I always find it interesting when somebody comes to me, let's say this month in February, and they say, "I'd like to paint a tank later this year. How do I do it?" And I'm gonna say, "Do you mean later next year?" Because typically you have about a year and a half cycle minimum from starting a tank project to finishing a tank project. Because you initially budget, you get an inspection, and then you get a budget dollar amount from that inspection, and then you put the project out for bid. And while you're going through all that, you put together a permit based off of your specifications that you have developed, and you send it to the DEP. And depending on whether it's a minor or major permit through the DEP, it could be 6 months to a year of review and any sort of back and forth with the DEP. When you submit the permit, you want to make sure there's a couple things that you include. These are huge things that the DEP looks for. You need the engineering narrative to explain how you're going to run your water system without your water tank. So are you going to use another pump station? Are you going to use a treatment plant? And then you're also going to want to include any NSF or coating information about the coatings that you plan to use. I know those are two big things that DEP has been asking for, especially the last few years, which I think any novice out there that may be starting this, they may not have those in their back pocket. So I know somebody like Rob, with Beaver Falls, which is near to my house, he's worked with them on a lot of their tank rehabs, and I'm sure that's something he's included in all of his permits. So once you go through that permitting process, you're already 6 months to a year into your timeline, and then you start to work, and Jamie's crew comes in, and you have 3 to 4 months of tank rehab depending on the size of the tank, and then you get your tank filled up, water quality samples taken, and then you still have to wait on the regulating agency again to give you approval to put the tank back in service, which could be another couple weeks to a month depending on how you're sampling and how the feedback is. So it's always longer than what people think it'll be, that's for sure.
Bravo. That answer, that's gold.